Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I did not turn the do not disturb mode on. I'm TK. It's 9:45, and this is Coach on the Rocks. Lovely to see you, and I'm hoping you're having a wonderful day. Um, it's Friday, so as usual, it's time to talk about our new podcast episode. Yes, it's the second season, and today we've just released an amazing episode with Toby Sinclair, a friend, a fellow coach, and a consultant that just started a new business. Check him out. He's tagged in the post. We've talked about is the employee experience of onboarding that has a profound impact on belonging. Listen to the episode. I won't go into too much detail about the techniques, but I want to talk about onboarding itself and my trials and tribulations with it as a leader and as an employee, as a contractor, as someone being onboarded and onboarding new people. I remember I've worked in 2017 in a bank as a contractor for a consultancy, and I had a job to onboard new people, amongst other things, right? I took care of a few teams, and a part of my job was doing this. Um, and I always made sure for this to be a smooth experience. I'm a bit of a admin freak, making sure that everything was done on time. Yeah, so if any of you worked in finance, you know how that works: requests and accesses and everything. And there's like, I've got formal training as a project manager, and it definitely is helping in these instances. So that helped me too. But I was sometimes so proud when a person arrived and there was a laptop waiting for them. And believe me, it wasn't an easy thing to achieve, and I was truly proud for a reason. Um, but more than that, I think what was really important is the time I was spending with the person as they got onboarded. I remember talking to permies in the bank when they said that it's perfectly normal for like a month or two to feel like you're in a mist. That it's like it was a very complex organization, a one of the biggest global banks, and yeah, the mist is real. You don't know where you are. Everything is just so difficult to penetrate. You don't know what to do. Everything is completely strange, and I think that the way you build onboarding, the way you build this process, the way you are there with the employee makes a huge difference. And I always made sure to explain things to help person find their place, and it's not only having a seat with a laptop, so they can feel effective as soon as possible. It's not about them producing a lot of value from the start. It's totally reasonable for any even beginner leader to know that it will take a bit of time. But I think what is exceptionally important is to help a person find their feet by knowing what they're around the organization. One thing I didn't do, which I would definitely appreciate, is mm, maybe when I'll be onboarding people next time, what I would have appreciated personally is, and you listen to the podcast because Toby has some even better, even better suggestions, is possibly to book some meetings ahead of time, not only with myself as a leader, as a manager, if I am the line manager of the person, but with other important stakeholders. So they have some time with the person so the person can meet them, make the introduction, but not only the introductions, book and ask for the time from the important stakeholders so the new person can meet them and they can feel welcomed. Talk with your team so they can organize something, an outing or whatever. If you're not like directly leading the team, if you have team leaders doing that, so they can really think like they belong. So the person feels like they've been waited for. Because most importantly, I think in the most cases, it is the case. We need new people to come in, and it often does happen like that. And they, you know, I think the initial experience has a tremendous impact. I remember when I first arrived to the UK, before I started my job, I had like 2 weeks when I was like settling down and everything before my first day. Difficult 2 weeks. I thought, I worked in the UK. I didn't live in the UK, but been there multiple times, and yeah, when I arrived in Tooting, hottest summer on record, the 1st of July, I, I had a bit of a culture shock. It's Wednesday, and I thought I'll have to pack up and go back at the weekend. I'm not the only one that has this. And I remember like meeting my boss before I started. Starting the job itself made a huge difference. It was supposed to make a huge difference, right? I went into the rails of it, but it just proves how important it was. I remember how um, every job I had is always a stressful time. I remember when, the move and the new job in a completely new industry, how I couldn't even eat my lunch. My stomach was at knots. And I hope that every time I onboarded someone, that I showed someone care, I've showed someone that I really, you know, that I really am waiting for this person, that they're, someone that's really welcome. And as a leader, influencing others, getting even simple things like logistics, like having a keyboard to touch, makes a huge difference. Do not neglect this moment. I know you're busy. We're all busy. But you can only make the first impression once. And there's no other time. And this will shape your relationship with the person. But even if you don't care much about that, and I don't think that's the case, it is really important for the person. Be a good human being. Help them with a great onboarding experience. And listen to our podcast episode, Leading with Agility. You can find it on our podcast player because Toby has some amazing tips. And I won't give it to you now because, yeah, um, listen, they're there. I'll see you soon on Monday, as always, the next episode of Coach on the Rocks. Hopefully, you've enjoyed this one, and hopefully, I'll see you back on Monday. Bye.